We have a very special guest with us today, Roger Stone, the dog. It's very nice to meet you.
Shake paw.
You look a lot better in person. So I'm wondering, Roger Stone, the dog, what won't you do in the Mueller investigation?
I will not testify against the president.
No doubt that the real Roger Stone and Roger Stone, the dog, have a lot to say about the increasingly crowded Democratic field for 2020. Let's get to Battleground. Add one more name to the increasingly crowded field for the Democratic nomination to run for president in 2020. Michael Diamond is with me. So now we add New Jersey Senator Cory Booker's name to the list. Does this make much of a difference for Kamala Harris or even Elizabeth Warren, who's already announced that they want to run for president?
Cory Booker has a national profile. He was a very well-known for a local politician. He was mayor of New York and had a national profile from that position. Since then, he's been elected to the Senate from the state of New Jersey to replace Frank Lautenberg. So he has a profile, so he'll be a serious contender, will be very appealing to certain elements of the Democratic base. Definitely will have an impact on every other candidate. I think with Kamala Harris, they have a similar lack of experience, or at least an apparent lack of experience because of an age issue. They're just younger than many in the pack. So they will be competing for some of the same pool of votes.
One of the biggest things to actually compete to become not only the Democratic nominee, but even to run for president is money, 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 money. It's going to take a lot of that. How do you see more names are going to come forward? Joe Biden's name, the former vice president, his name is being bandied about. And of course, some very wealthy business people are having conversations about potentially running, like the CEO of Starbucks. But it's going to take an extraordinary amount of money for the Democratic Party to raise. Who do you see is in the best position right now? Because we're talking like over $1 billion to run for president.
You know, I think it's interesting because what Bernie Sanders did was he showed that you didn't have to do things the old way of raising money, big amounts, famous people, go down to Hollywood, that you could get money from people who believe in what you're saying. So if you want to raise money in this crowded Democratic field, have a message that will connect with people who will give you $20, $25. What was Bernie Sanders? His average donation, I think, was like $22 or something, and then he sold his book for that amount later. So you can do things in a new way and not have to do fundraising the way the Clintons would do it.
All right. Well, speaking of the Clintons, Hillary, her time is up. She has no intention of diving.
Does she know that, though?
Does she know that? I mean, does she realize that this is not one of those sorts of races? The Democrats smell blood in the water. They think that President Trump is vulnerable. They still are clinging on that Mueller's investigation is going to find some sort of collusion. Could the Clinton factor be a factor?
Look, a crowded field could be what Hillary Clinton needs to be enticed into this race. One-on-one like last time. It was, a bit of a crowded field in 2008, but at the end of the day, it was really her and Barack Obama. That didn't work for her. She almost had Bernie Sanders, was very competitive against her. This crowded field, can she look at Iowa, for example, and say, I know I can get 25% of the vote in a 16-way race. Could she say that? Could that be enticing to her? Possibly.
Well, no one told her not to go to Michigan and Wisconsin last time around, so we'll see how it all works out this time. Log on to Facebook and Twitter. Let us know what you think, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.